On first down, right back to Gibson. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel.
Touchdown, Washington! Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Commanders march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a give to White. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
You talk about this Washington defense.
They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll go up the middle with White.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Jackson on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
White.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Jackson now. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, they got him again. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. To throw is Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill from 21 yards away. And the Ravens are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Washington.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now the touchback's coming back to the 25 instead of the 20. When guys field it that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1-7 their record here at the midway point of the season, and right now this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves, but with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He's going to get it on the jet sweep.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
But you look at this defense.
They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
Now Jackson on second down.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. White running to the left.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 37-yard line. They stay on the ground with White.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8.
They go play action with Jackson, rolling to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure is starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
1st down, here's White. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
From 21 yards away.
And the Ravens are back within a couple of the lead.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 1st down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, 53 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Montez Sweat brought it down. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's a great route here and good recognition. Their tight end's going to give a little hesitation in the middle of that route. Hopefully slows cover man for just a split second. And he's going to continue down the field, and he makes a nice catch there.
Going right side is White. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A slant route caught by Bateman. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
For 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On first down, it's Watson. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. And we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
On second down, Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run. 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On second down, here's Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they're going to have a first down and also well into field goal range, all the way down to the 15 here. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
And Jackson throwing once more. Here's White. They set up the screen. Touchdown! Zamir White as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. That's caught. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives him a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 62 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he's got it. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. White will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
With all the specialization we have in this great game, at some point, the head coach is going to take charge of every group. And I think at halftime, he spent a little time with the special teams coach, said, look, you've got to find a way to get us a big play to help us get back into this.
Watson on first down. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll try the right side here with White. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Throwing is Jackson. Being chased out left. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here. Offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now it's the backup Winston. That is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Sky Moore, 47 yards. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This time the extra point up and good, and the lead is up to 15 now.
43, Commanders 28. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitz...
And this throw will be intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
No, we changed it.
Jackson now. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And some space here. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Jackson's pass intercepted. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Hey, you gotta snap it. You gotta snap it.
After the interception, here's Watson. That's complete to his receiver, McCoy. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They go right back to White here on 1st down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 112 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end of the half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, Stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the fourth. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. Opting to run again here with White. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. They run straight ahead here with White. And they'll take him into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Zamir White, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to add the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Ravens 50, Commanders 28. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has... That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And they're going to be set up with excellent field position past the 45.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You at X. You at X.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Washington on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. White, he'll try the left side. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Skirts by at the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Zamir White, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So an important touchdown right there, is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, and this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the 2-point conversion.
36. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Throwing again is Watson. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Watson off play action. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kyle Hamilton picks it. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he'll work down inside the 45. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give to White.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 201 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
It's complete, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put...
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
What ain't it? Report, report.
On the give, it's White.
And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 20-yard line.
That one into the hands of Flowers. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Report! 180! Ready, shot! Sit up!
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Jackson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 71, Commanders 36. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to. And got his man complete. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film. But and my goodness, another in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Well, and I think Washington got it. Yes, they did. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes, it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guy.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends.